Hello, my lovelies. I'm so excited. So I'm finishing up my smoothie right here. But it's about that time for spring cleaning. I usually like to deep clean my house probably at the end of winter to the beginning of spring just to get rid of things that you no longer need. So I'm just putting up the dishes from last night right now to get this deep cleaning going. I just love to start the new year off with just like clutter-free, disinfected, and all types of stuff, so whatever. So I'm just starting by washing my dishes from this morning. I had a smoothie and some tea, so I'm just washing the Vitamix and the glasses that I made, and I'm using Dawn. I love Dawn liquid soap. I'm trying to actually start using a plant-based one, but the Dawn, it just lasts me so long. I've had that bottle for 9 months and I still have so much left. It's just so concentrated. So I do love it. However, I do know that there's way better for, your body and things like that, just because your skin does absorb a lot of the chemicals that we use day to day, whether that be our perfume, our soaps, our lotions, whatever the case may be. So when that bottle does finish, I will start using a plant-based liquid detergent. But for right now, that is my favorite. So anyways, I'm just finishing up washing all of those dishes, and then I will be rinsing out the sink. I'm rinsing out the suds. I'm rinsing out any of the tea residue that I have, and then I'm just wiping the excess water back in the sink. I know that I could get a drying mat for the drying rack, but I just think it's so much cuter without it. So that's why I personally don't have a mat. I just rather wipe the excess water because it looks so much cuter to me. Anyways, now it's time for me to declutter my refrigerator. As the year goes on, you buy stuff that you may not have liked or that someone else bought, and then it just sits in your refrigerator and then it's just there taking up space. So I like to clean out my refrigerator completely and deep clean that as well. So now I'm just removing any of my shelves and drawers that I have in the refrigerator. And once I remove all of the food that's within it, I will be wiping it down with the same rag that I use to wash my dishes. So there's still some Dawn within that rag, it's a little bit soapy or sudsy, whatever the case may be. So I'm just wiping down the shelves and wiping down the parts that the drawer sits, so at the bottom of the refrigerator where food can accumulate, whatever the case may be. I'm just wiping it all down with the sudsy rag. And then I'm going to go in with ECOS or Echoes. It's an all-purpose cleaner, and I love it because it is a plant-based. It doesn't contain a lot of the chemicals that a lot of the all-purpose ones have. And then I'm using these bamboo towels. I love bamboo towels because they're super good for the environment, but also, because bamboo is very sustainable, but also you can use them up to, I think, 80 times before you throw them away. And all you have to do is just pop them in the washing machine and literally they're new. It's amazing and it's good for the environment. So I love them. And honestly, they're really thick, so they're very absorbent, and they're literally using a washcloth. So I love them. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start washing my shelving and drawers. And again, I'm just using my Dawn soap and water because, you're just getting out any food they may have accumulated or any fingerprints, whatever the case may be. And then also the Dawn is antibacterial, so you're also getting rid of bacteria. And we should be doing this anyways, because why would you want to put your food in a dirty shelf anyways? So yeah. So after all my shelving is washed, I just use the bamboo towels to dry it out. They're so absorbent. I don't know if I said that already, but I really do love these towels. So I'm just going to be drying off the shelving and the drawers, and then I'm going to start popping them back in the refrigerator where they go. After I put the shelves back in, I'm going to start going through my food. I'm going to get rid of things that I no longer need or no longer eat. And pretty much I have a bag for recyclables, and then a bag for just garbage. But first I'm kind of organizing my foods, like flowers with flowers, nuts with nuts, etc., to make it easier for putting it back in the refrigerator. But again, I'm just getting rid of things that I know I'm never going to touch again. Then once I got rid of everything, I go to start organizing it in my refrigerator. I have OCD, so I like for all the labels to face forward, and I also like for things to be grouped together again, so like milks with milks, nuts with nuts, whatever the case may be. I like everything to be very organized. And by milks, I mean like hemp milk and coconut milk. I am vegan, so I am not talking about cow's milk. But then I also do like things to be like height organized as well, because it just helps you when you're looking for something, or if somebody's at your house and they're like, oh, do you have such and such? You can be like, yeah, it's behind such and such, because I just don't like having to dig for stuff. So that's where my OCD kicks in. So that middle part is usually filled with water. I had to go downstairs and get the water, but I just didn't do that for this video because, I mean, I don't need to. But now I am going to do the freezer side. So as you can see, it's gotten really overwhelming throughout this year. So I need organization from it. So I've had a lot of things in there that I don't necessarily eat, but things that are like for company or for when people come over and they don't want to necessarily eat alkaline. I usually have like frozen foods for them, or processed stuff for company. So I'm just trying to clear it all out to make it look a lot better, because it's been looking a hot mess like for the last few months, and I was just so tired of looking at it like that. And then on top of that, I hate freezing vegetables. Like, for some reason, if I freeze vegetables, they go bad, because I always forget to cook them. I'm one of those people who I just love fresh fruits and vegetables. Unless I'm making a smoothie, I'm not really checking for frozen stuff. So yeah, a lot of that stuff needs to go. But anyways, I'm just washing the refrigerator down like I did with the inside of the fridge, and then I'm just wiping it down with the Echoes or ECOS spray and the bamboo cloths again. And pretty much after that, I will be cleaning the shelves again with the Dawn and just getting them nice and clean. After I finish drying the shelving, I'm just going to start putting it back in the freezer. You want to make sure you dry it good, just so you don't have any frozen droplets on your shelves. But when it came to food from the freezer, anything that was older than 2 months, it was getting thrown out. I don't like frostbitten taste. The taste of anything that's frostbitten. And again, I just am not that big on frozen vegetables. I don't know why. I just rather just have it fresh. But anyways, I'm just trying to think of a new organization thing for my freezer, just because now I do have, some processed stuff for when I do have company. So again, I'm organizing everything, like greens with greens, fruits with fruits. I have these popsicles right there. I'm putting those together. They're amazing, actually. It's literally 3 ingredients, and they satisfy your sweet tooth. I really like them. Anyways, so I like to keep everything grouped together. Then I put my packaged frozen fruits together, and then I put my fruits together that I personally cut together. So boom. Then for candles, I actually keep the wax of my candles, because you could actually use that wax for your for your wax warmers. So if you freeze it, it just allows the wax to come out easier. So that's why they're in the freezer. But boom, this is my organized refrigerator. Obviously, I don't have everything in it because my waters are downstairs, but that's the gist of it. Nice and organized, and this is all the stuff being thrown away or taken to the recycle. So as you can see, just a whole bunch of clutter and waste that I didn't need. So now, after all that time has went by, the dishes that I washed this morning are dry, so I'm just putting all of those up right now. And now I'm getting ready to disinfect the countertops. So I'm just moving the things that are on my counters, like the decor stuff, over to the other side. I'm putting my plants and the decor that's on the other side down on the floor. Then going in with my all-purpose cleaner and bleach. Even though it's in a Myers bottle, it is just bleach. Even though this chemical is not the best to inhale, I have a thing for ammonia and bleach. I love the smell of them, and pine sol. I love those 3 scents. And I don't know if it's just because I have OCD and I just know that it's killing everything, but I love those scents. But I'm trying to be a better person and not necessarily use such like harsh chemicals for cleaning. But for right now, ammonia and bleach are my life, and I just love them. But anyways, I'm just wiping down my whole counter. I'm wiping the faucets. I'm wiping everything just to disinfect those areas. And pretty much then I'll put everything back on that side. And then I'll repeat the rest for the smaller counter that you see on the left-hand side. Once I remove everything from that side, I'm just doing the same. I sprayed it with my ECOS as well as some bleach, and I'm just wiping it down. And then I'm just wiping down my Vitamix. I see so many blenders that look like they have not been wiped down. Please wipe down your blenders when you're done using them, because they look crazy when there's just food all over them, okay? Now for stovetops like this, even though they're shiny and they look clean or whatever the case would be, sometimes you get little spots like that. Well, let me tell you a little trick. Brillo pads, y'all, are lifesavers for that. So with a little elbow grease, you could get those little stains out that you think that you can't by just using like a regular rag or whatever the case may be. As you see, I have two hands together because I'm scrubbing, okay? But once you wipe it down, and that's just a clean rag with like maybe a little bit of Dawn in it. Once you wipe it down, it'll be so shiny. So yeah, thank me later. So now I'm just putting all of my decor back on the counters and dusting off my picture frame. And now I'm going to use this Wyman. I love this stuff for stainless steel and black appliances. It will have your stuff so shiny, and it low-key kind of degreases them too. So I'm just wiping everything down, and I can't wait to show you the stove after. About the sprays, you could use it all over your appliances too, not just the stovetop. So as you see, I'm using it for the glass part as well. Have your stuff shiny. Look at this stove. The stove is like brand new. So now I'm just doing the same. I use that same spray for my refrigerator. It is amazing. It degreases it, but it also puts a nice sheen on it. I love this spray. Like, it's a great appliance spray. So as you can see, like, my refrigerator is shining, 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 shining. And then I'm also going to use it for my dishwasher. I actually don't use my dishwasher. I grew up in a household where we did not use dishwashers. So to me, it's literally just for show. I like to hand wash my dishes. But anyways, now I'm going in with Windex, and I'm using that for my faucet just so that that could be super shiny. And it's like this lavender smell, so it just smells so good. I love lavender so much. Now here your girl go again with the Clorox bleach. I love me some bleach. But anyways, I'm putting like 4 tablespoons of bleach and maybe about 4 cups of water. And I'm using my bamboo towels, and I will be wiping down all of my cabinets. I'll be wiping down the handles as well as the actual cabinets, because again, you want to disinfect your handles. Like, you know, sometimes you touch your handles after coming in and you didn't wash your hands or whatever the case may be. They need to be disinfected, okay? Bacteria lives on everything. So I just pretty much wipe everything down, and I should be wearing gloves, but for some reason I'm not. I don't know why. I need to get kitchen gloves. You know, that's what this video inspired, and it inspired me to get kitchen gloves because I have bathroom ones, but I don't have kitchen ones. Anyways, I'm also wiping down the top of my refrigerator because, you know, dust accumulates everywhere. Don't forget about the top of your refrigerator. So then as I dump the bleach out, I turned on my garbage disposal so it could just clear out anything or any smells that are in there. Then my mom always taught me to wipe out your sink so that you don't have those dry droplets on your sink. So once I'm done with the sink, I always still dry it out. Now, hardwood floors, I love them so much because I'm a vacuumer. Like, I will bust out a vacuum real quick. Like, I gave up that sweeping life a long time ago. So I'm just vacuuming my floor. I like to use the hose to get in the corners to make sure I didn't miss anything. I also use the hose to get in the corners next to the refrigerator if I'm like not able to pull it out by myself. Usually I pull out the stove and the refrigerator, but I just did not this time just because I couldn't. If you have help, I definitely suggest pulling out the refrigerator and the stove. You'd be surprised how much food gets back there. But anyways, then I go in with pine Sol, and I just pour just a dash because I just love the smell of it. And I use my Shark Steam mop, and pretty much it says that you don't need to use any chemicals with it, but I do. I use ammonia with it or pine Sol because I like the smell of chemicals. But then I always light white candles throughout the day, especially after cleaning. I always light white candles, and this candle is vibes as fuck. I love this candle company. Like, her candles are so fragrant, they last forever. It's a wood wick one, so you hear it like burning, like the little like sound of the wood, and they're just so fragrant. I love it. So I will definitely leave her information in the description box below as well. The scent that I have is like this lemon scent, which I love so much because it's so kitcheny. And after that, of course, I light my incense. I'm always lighting incense, and this is my kitchen, nice and disinfected and ready for the new year. And I'm tired. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you lovelies later.